This by far has to be the finest publication in culinary history. How they were able to put together so much information in one book is remarkable. Around 1600 pages of superb explanations, methodology and delicious recipes. If you buy one cookbook in your entire life, make it this one. Enough to keep you busy for a lifetime. Thank you for what had to be a brutal effort to acquire all this info and put it in one book. It's more of a tome than a cookbook and more of a textbook than a book full of recipes. But don't let that deter you from this masterpiece. If you enjoy science, cooking and the scientific method, this book is for you. And if you got bored reading that sentence and could give a shish tea less about science, this book is still 100% for you. Whether you hate cooking or just plain suck at it to being an experienced chef or a self-described foodie, barf. This book has everything to make you even better and improve your game in the kitchen. Like I said before, it's much more than just a collection of recipes. The cooking techniques in this book are alone enough of a reason to purchase this book. As for the recipes, they seem to spring up as part of the techniques you'll be learning. You start out building a solid foundation of knowledge and know how to pan frying that perfect steak in such an organic progression that you'll question whether you even did what you just did. Kenji equips you with everything to make you an in-home kitchen master. As for the science, well, this isn't your 9th grade biology class, yet it feels familiar and has you going, oh yeah. I remember that. He makes it accessible to any education level. Where his knowledge of the scientific method and principles is at its best is breaking down what's happening inside and outside your food and debunking food myths. For me, this was invaluable information. When you know what's happening to your food, it gives you clues and markers to look for, which in turn connects you to the cooking process in such a strong way. It creates a mutualistic approach to cooking that you won't find in any other cookbook around. Then comes what I think may be the strongest part of Kenji's game, his writing style. It's engaging, witty, and honest, and don't be surprised when you start uncontrollably laughing. His humor is what had me coming back to Serious Eats time and time again. Like any other person, he is strongly opinionated but doesn't beat you over the head for holding a different opinion, unless you got hoodwinked into believing bone broth is different or anything the food babe might have you believing. As a lover of science, he stands up to pseudoscience, so he may come off strong in that sense. I, for one, appreciate the hell out of him for it. Kenji's columns have made me fall in love with cooking all over again. When he announced he was going to write a cookbook, I was irrationally excited, and purchasing his book was a no-brainer to me. So if you had to get one cookbook this year, I'd totally make it this one. As a professional chef, I love this book. It is extremely well written and teaches the science behind a lot of cooking techniques as well as innovative new ideas. I highly recommend this book to anyone, whether you be a home cook or another culinary professional or student. I actually bought copies for my sous chef and line cooks. I bought the Food Lab for my wife's birthday. She loved it, as did I, so we bought copies for our sons. Initially, we didn't notice that the binding of one of the books in the second group was broken and the pages looked as though they had gotten wet at some point. Click link in description for more reviews.